Welcome back to our channel. The fans are literally screaming right now all over the internet, and it is all about Holly Jonas. Her life is a total mess right now. She is in severe medical danger, and then she gets falsely accused of using drugs on top of it. It is so messed up. So everyone is asking the exact same question. Are Nicole Walker and Eric Brady coming back to Salem? Because they really need to. I mean, we are getting huge hints that a massive return is brewing. Holly needs her mom desperately. And maybe Eric too. So let's break down exactly what is happening and why Nicole's return makes perfect sense right now. So let's start with the medical crisis, because it is really bad. Holly is incredibly sick, and it is not her fault at all. It all goes back to DiMera Pharmaceuticals and EJ DiMera. EJ is doing some seriously shady stuff behind closed doors. There was a bad batch of Corseal pills. They were laced with arsenic. Yes, actual poison. So what did EJ do? He buried them on Smith Island. He just hid the evidence in the dirt. But the arsenic leaked, and it got into the water supply, and Holly got exposed to it. So now she is suffering from arsenic poisoning. Her condition is getting worse and worse every single day. Sarah and Brady are racing against the clock to figure out what is wrong with her. But EJ knows. He knows exactly what is happening. And he is keeping his mouth shut, because he is a monster. But EJ doesn't just keep quiet. He actually makes it worse. Because the heat is starting to come down on DiMera Enterprises, Rita found out some stuff. Johnny was snooping around the office. Sarah and Brady are digging deep into the drug deaths. And EJ needs a distraction. He needs a scapegoat fast. So he decides to frame a teenage girl. He decides to frame Holly, the girl who is already fighting for her life in a hospital bed. EJ literally goes and plants drugs in Holly's bag. He puts pills in there to make her look like an addict again. Because if everyone thinks Holly is just using drugs, they won't look at the arsenic poisoning. They won't look at DiMera. It is so twisted and evil. EJ really owes Holly a massive apology. But we all know EJ, he is not going to apologize. He feels a tiny bit of guilt, maybe, but he justifies it. He says he has to protect the DiMera legacy. He is just turning into his father, Stefano, and the plan works. It works perfectly for EJ, because Tate Black goes digging in Holly's bag. Tate is her boyfriend. He should trust her, but he doesn't. He goes snooping around in her stuff, and he finds the planted pills. Tate just panics. He totally freaks out. He doesn't even ask Holly first. He just assumes the worst, because of her past, because of the New Year's Eve overdose that almost killed her. So Tate runs straight to Sarah Horton. He shows Sarah the pills he found, and Sarah is just reeling. She is so shocked, but also she kind of believes it. Sarah was already on the fence about Holly's erratic behavior lately. She was wondering if Holly was using again. So when Tate shows her the pills, it just confirms all of Sarah's worst fears. They don't even think about a setup. They just jump to conclusions immediately. So this leads to a massive confrontation. It is happening on the July 20th episode. You do not want to miss it. Tate and Sarah corner Holly at the hospital. They just gang up on her. They pull out the pills, and they accuse her of being a junkie again. They throw all these harsh accusations at her face, and Holly is just horrified. She is completely blindsided by this attack. She looks at her boyfriend and her aunt, and she sees that they think she is a liar. They think she is throwing her life away again. And it hurts her so much because Holly has been trying so hard to stay on the right path. She only takes her prescribed antidepressants. She is clean, but they just stand there and judge her. It is so hard to watch this poor girl get torn down. And Holly just snaps. She completely lashes out at them. She screams that the pills are not hers. She fiercely denies everything. But the damage is done. The trust is broken forever. Holly feels so incredibly hurt. Her own boyfriend didn't believe her. He went through her stuff like a cop. He assumed she was lying, and Sarah, a doctor, her family, she didn't believe her either. Holly feels totally alone in the world. She is sick, she is poisoned, and now she is being framed. And the people who are supposed to protect her are attacking her. This is exactly why Tate and Holly are probably going to break up. The spoilers for July 20 to 24 say this lack of trust is going to destroy their relationship. Holly will not forgive Tate for this. And honestly, she shouldn't forgive him. So this is exactly why the fans are demanding Nicole's return. It just makes perfect sense for the story. Nicole Walker needs to come back to Salem right now. Her daughter is being poisoned by EJ DiMera. And then EJ framed her for drug use. Nicole would absolutely lose her mind. She would burn the DiMera mansion to the ground. We all know how fiercely protective Nicole is of Holly. She would never let EJ get away with this garbage. And EJ is Nicole's ex. They have so much toxic history. Nicole would see right through his lies. She would know EJ is covering something up. The fans are practically begging the writers to bring Ariane Zucker back. Or even a recast if they have to. We just need Nicole on our screens to save her daughter from this nightmare. And what about Eric Brady? Eric should come back too. Eric loves Nicole. He cares deeply about Holly. If Eric found out that Holly was in the hospital fighting for her life, he would catch the first flight back to Salem. Eric and Nicole belong together, and they belong with Holly as a family. Just imagine the scenes, Eric and Nicole storming into the hospital, confronting Tate for being a terrible boyfriend, ripping into EJ for being a monster. It would be amazing television. The writers are dropping these huge hints by making Holly so vulnerable. Holly is so isolated right now. She has literally no one on her side. That is the perfect setup for a heroic parent return. The canvas needs Nicole right now. EJ is acting like a total monster. He is untouchable. But Nicole knows how to hurt EJ. She knows his weak spots better than anyone. So how would it happen? How do they come back? Maybe Marlena calls Eric. Marlena is seeing all this chaos unfold. She sees EJ spinning out of control. She sees Holly suffering and being accused. So she picks up the phone. She tells Eric to come home immediately. And Eric brings Nicole with him. Or maybe Sarah calls them. Sarah realizes she made a huge mistake. She realizes the pills were planted by EJ. And she feels so guilty that she calls Nicole to apologize. And then Nicole just shows up, unannounced, ready for war. I am just typing this out and getting so excited because the storylines would be so incredibly good. EJ versus Nicole. Eric versus EJ. Tate having to face Nicole after betraying Holly. It writes itself. The writers have to do this. They just have to. But for now, Holly is stuck. She is stuck in Salem with people who don't trust her at all. She is sick from the arsenic in her system, and EJ is getting away with all of it. He is protecting his precious DiMera enterprises at all costs. He is throwing a teenager under the bus to save his own skin. It is so raw and so messed up. You really feel for Holly. She is just a kid. She made mistakes in the past, but she doesn't deserve this. She doesn't deserve to be poisoned. And she doesn't deserve to be framed by a billionaire CEO. So we will just have to keep watching the show. The July sweeps are giving us so much action right now, and so much heartbreak. Keep your fingers crossed for a Nicole Walker return, because Salem needs her right now. And Holly needs her mom more than ever.